Today, I am going to be taking you along for the ride as I market prep for my upcoming market. So this video today, I am going to be not only taking you along as I prepare for my upcoming market, but I'm also going to be showing you different things that I tried. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to show you how successful that was at my market. So we're going to be prepping, we're going to be at my market, and then we're going to do a review at the very end. I know some of you have been curious about mystery bags. Put a pin in that because that is going to be coming. I'm also going to be sharing some tips and some things that I learned at this market. All right, let's go. As you can see, we're getting settled in. Fiona knows where she's supposed to go. I have a market that is coming up in a few days, and I'm trying something new to me that I've never tried before, and that is doing mystery bags. Sorry if you hear Ginger. She is quite excited because she thinks that I'm talking to her. We're gonna try that again because I had to move her in the other room because she was being way too loud. All right, so I'm going to be doing mystery bags. I ordered some and they were way too small. Actually, I ordered two different sizes. And this size, I can't remember. I'll put it up on the screen what size this is, but it's holographic, which is really cool. I got them off of Amazon, and these are going to be for my smaller items that are going to be $5 items. And then I've got these stickers, and these are 3x5 stickers, so they will fit on the smaller one. I just didn't want 400 stickers, so that's why I opted to do this one. I may, trim it or something, but it also gives me enough space to say mystery bag and the price. And the items that I intend to put in it are smaller items. So I do have, here is a bowl full of things that I made. So these are my regular size pickles. I had to restock on my pickles, and they are literally my best seller. They sell so well, and these I sell for $6. And I have them in this handmade pickle jar that I made the sticker for. I designed it in Canva, I think. Anyway, and so then I label each of them, which there's already one left from my last market, and I ended up having to remake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I had to make 8 more to fill up my jar. I'm not going to make any more than 8, even though I have another market, even possibly after this one, that will be happening in a couple weeks, and I'll talk about that in a second. It's actually very exciting, and I'll share that with you. So I had to make 8 more. I'm gonna go ahead and tag each of these. I have these little tags that I got off of Amazon. This little container is something out of the school supplies section at Walmart, so you'll see me using these a lot. I use these for my safety eyes. If I don't want to take the whole package with me that I have, I'll put them in here because I like them because they really snap down. Now these tags will go with me to my market. So all the things that I am selling are going to get this little tag on it. If they're the larger items like my loveys, they'll get the care on it, the care card that I have. Excuse my dog, you probably heard her. They'll get the care card on it, which looks like it'll get a care card on it like this, and then on the back it has the care instructions. This is a free design Cameron at Cameron's Cute Creations, and I'll go ahead and link that in the description below too. But these go on like my blankets and my loveys, and if I had items to sell that are physical like beanies, I also put those on those as well. So on the smaller items, I add these little tags, and you get like 500 of them or something like that. For my mystery bags, let's go back to that. I will put small items, and I actually found, my goodness, now my air conditioning is on, so hopefully you don't hear that. That's why I'm using my microphone today. It is supposed to be cooling down, but today it decided it's going to be like 95 degrees, and I've had enough of the heat. Saturday is going to be warm, but thankfully I will be starting at 8 and over at noon, so it won't be the hottest part of the day, which I didn't want things that are going to be on my table already. So if like somebody decides, oh, I want to buy this, and then they buy a mystery bag and they get the same thing, that would be annoying. So I decided I want to do some things that are different. So I'm going to be doing these little whales, okay? And I made them in a bunch of different colors, and somehow I'm going to label the bag to say, something like mystery bag 1-A, and the ones that are this color are going to be that, so that they know that there's different bags so they don't buy the same color. And these actually make the $5 thing, and it includes the safety eyes and also the price of the sticker and the bag. So that works out really good for, and as you can tell, I will open the bag and I put it in, and you can seal it, and so you can't even see what it is inside. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. So I'll put the sticker on before I put the item in because it'll stretch the bag. The other bags that I ordered are a little bit larger because I am going to be putting some other items in that. So I may be doing some backpack buddies. So I have one. I'm probably going to put some backpack buddies like this. I think I have a couple of these. I'm not going to make anything super extra just because it is a last minute decision. So these I'm going to continue to sell at $8 because that's how much my backpack buddies. I'm going to have a couple, and I'm going to do $10 with this little whimsy bub, and I'm not going to put the mushroom on the top. Some smaller items that I'm going, that really I've made just because I was playing around with things, and they have been sitting out on the table, and I want it to be a little bit more organized this next time. So last time I had them on a tray, and this time they're going to be in mystery bags. Just random little things that will go in the $10 bag. So I'm going to have a price range: $5, $8, $10, and I'm going to have a handful of those, and I will let you know how that goes at the end of the video because this is pre-market. Market has a page on Facebook where it's actually connected to a community. So where I'm going to be selling is in a community about 25 minutes from my house. The people in the community go on this Facebook page, and you can kind of, hey, this is what I'm selling, all those different things. So I put my introduction out because I figured I should probably do that to let people know that I'm coming. And I had a couple people comment on my things, and I had someone actually make an order, another vendor that's going to be at the show, and I'm hoping to finish her doll if I can get myself together with my market prep before I get to the market, because she's not going to be at any of the next markets, and she lives a little bit further away from me. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get myself together. And I have a lot left over from my last market, so I think I'll be doing good. I have to make a couple lubbies, and then some more little $5 things, but those are like so quick that I think I can make her doll. The other cool thing is that I have been looking, and I've been searching and asking people about different markets and boutiques around, because I just don't want to be part of a boutique that, one, I don't like the idea of a central cashier. I just don't like it. I did that before, and my thought is, what makes it so that people are walking off with your items and not even paying for it? You can put it in your bag, put it in their bag, and then just not say anything, and then the location gets a percentage, and you have to, there's a lot of trust that goes in there. I just don't like the idea of a central cashier. Some people like that. I don't particularly like that. I like to pay for my table and then be in charge of my own funds, and it's probably easier on those that actually run the boutiques and markets. So that being said, I have been looking, and I've been praying and thinking about, and I saw some things on Facebook, but I'm like, I'm not sure, because I've heard of people getting scammed on things. So I actually had another vendor that is from the market that I'm going to be doing. She's done that market before, and she reached out to me and said, hey, are you interested in doing this other market? I really like your stuff. It's unique and different. And I didn't think I was all that unique and different because, I follow a lot of people that crochet, and I think that we're similar. And she says, I like your stuff. Would you be interested? And it would be like every other week for, I think, 6 to 8 times. And so I'm going to be going and checking out that venue, and I'm going to record that and let you see, because I'm not 100% sure, but it sure sounds pretty cool. It's about a half an hour from my house, and the table is $25 for a 6-foot long table. Right now, Saturday's one, I paid $25 for a 10 by 10. It is a very first time boutique that's a market that's going,
and they will start this Friday. Because I'm going every other week, there's another crocheter. So the lady that's in charge, who reached out to me, said that she wanted to make sure that every crochet person, there's nobody else except that crochet person. So you're not in competition like my last market where there was 3 other crocheters, and it made it kind of, it was a little bit frustrating, I will say, but I did make my money up. It just would be nice to not have so much competition. So this is a smaller venue. They're hoping to have regularity. That's why they want me there more times than just one time. I have the option if I want to add another table for another $25. So that would be interesting. So that's why I need to go look. She said it was a unique location. So I need to go see that and think about, you know, how I want to do it, because I've never just done a 6-foot long table. I always done a 10 by 10 space. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to scale down, but I'm also not going to have, you know, probably pumpkins and some other things, so that will make it smaller. So we'll see how that goes.
So you can't really see, but this is a like outdoor venue. She wants to keep it at like 30. So I talked to her. She's super nice, the vendor chair, and it's small. It's the first week. The crocheter girl I just talked to has sold like 3 items. This is a retirement community, and so I have to rethink how I want to sell my items. There, you know, my space is like 6 foot. I can use an end table to display some things, and also signage and selling up, and maybe some smaller items that are like cactus or things to put in as decor in your house instead of dolls, possibly. Maybe I'll have a few of those. I don't know, I have to rethink how I want to do this, but I still haven't decided 100% sure if I want to do this venue. Here is my mystery bags. What I ended up doing is just drawing question mark on it. And because I like to keep track of what I sell, each of these mystery bags, and I don't know why I started doing mystery bags with an MG. It should be a B, but it's a G, and that's okay. Just to let people know that pick up bags, because there's several that are actually identical, like same color, same thing, and then some are not. So I put the price on them, and then later on I am going to seal these, because these are still open, and I can seal them with a hair straightener just around the top, and it takes lickety-split time. I like this because this color is like my brand color, and then silver is awesome too because it's holographic. I have $240 worth of items in there. Some are things that haven't sold, and some are new things, and I'm excited to see how these do. Another thing that I'm going to do different this time is I printed my QR code from my Instagram, and then my payment options. I added Venmo, but I also made these smaller. These are 5x7 size. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Walmart. I already looked up online to make sure that they had them, but I'm going to get those plastic frames that stand up straight so that people can see those, and they don't necessarily have to take a business card if they don't want to. Instagram handle or QR code in your profile of Instagram. So if you're looking for it, and you can also change the colors. These happen to be my favorite colors, and I thought that they looked pretty cool. About this market, I did it last year. One time, the only thing that went wrong at the market last year is that it rained. And it was so frustrating because we forgot our panels, and then it was windy too. And then we had to pull the stuff in, so my booth got smaller and smaller. Some of my stuff hit the ground. You know, people don't show up necessarily in the rain here. Arizona's weird. It rains and people don't want to come. I'm like, bring your umbrella. But there was a lot of people there still. I did do pretty good, I think, for my very first rainy market that I've ever done. Saturday, it's clear skies and 95. What it actually turns out to be. And I will take you along for the ride and the setup, because it's going to be a bit different than I did my last setup. Okay, we are almost at the venue. We loaded up. It's early AM. What is it, 6:55? And we're almost there. Can't figure out where my sign went. I had it for my last.
At the light, turn left.
Our navigation is still telling us where we're going.
So anyway, hope this works out, and I will film a little bit of the setup before we start, but we have probably an hour before the market starts, and I think we'll be just fine. Hoping to be next to my sister-in-law, who sells delicious chocolates and caramels and toffees and stuff. Okay, that was a mad rush because we are all the way in the back. So there it is, and then there's a little walkway, so that's kind of nice. But then this is my setup. I forgot, like, I didn't do my pre-setup. So I'm missing a couple baskets, which I would have known had I done a pre-setup. And I'm not so sure about all this pricing right here. I might have to move the stickers or something. I'm not quite sure. And then, oh, I need to put something on the top. I think that bee fell down. Oh, and my chickens are right there. See, I'm telling you, mad rush this morning. And there's my mystery bags because I didn't know where to put them. And my signs. And I didn't end up making another levy like I said I was going to. I just went ahead and made some other things. There's my pumpkins. I guess I can still do pumpkins. And then, where did I? Oh, and I ended up with only one of these today. I usually have 3. And then I didn't make another turtle, but that's fine. And then here's my backpack buddies. And then here is my new signage right here. So, and there, I ended up making little snowmen. And look how cute their little add-on things are. I'm just in love with them. So there you go. And I don't know, I just random stuff. I need to fix those chickens, but there you go. My market is over. And well, there are a few things that I feel like I learned. One, so your market prep setup before. Even though you may think that you've got it all together, make sure to do your setup prep the day before or whatever it's going to be. Do it before so you know that you have all your pieces, you know where things are. By the way, I still can't find my sign. I have looked all over the place. I don't know. The second thing is okay to be kind even when things don't go the way you think they're going to go. So I said that it was going to be warm. It was warm. The setup was really irritating because it was hot, but also we got there and a lot of people were already set up, and the guy, this was a market that you just first come first serve, which I have no problem with, except for the fact that he put us all the way in the back, literally in the back. Decided to make kind of like this little walkway and put more people in there. Well, there were a lot of sales that I think that people just looked down that alleyway and said, oh, no, I'm not interested in that. So they decided not to come down the alleyway, which was frustrating. But then also, it was okay because there was a little pathway right next to it. So I picked up some sales that way. The other thing that was a little bit frustrating to me is that the people that arrived late, they put them at the very beginning of the market, like literally at the entrance of the whole market at the front. Now I said I did this last year, so they're doing construction. So right behind me was the overflow where we usually unload. So we had to park our car, which is fine, and walk. And it was, I don't know how, I probably walked a mile back and forth. And thankfully we had a dolly. So if you're thinking about getting a dolly or a truck, because I got the truck dolly thing, do it because it saved running back and forth. So that was helpful. So I do have to say, another thing that was a little bit frustrating is that they don't necessarily like stop how many people are selling similar items. So, you know, my last market, there were 3 other crocheters besides me, so that made 4. This market, there were 4 other crocheters besides me, making 5. So I didn't realize that. Walked around and he saw them, so I was like, oh, well, but the things that, again, were good. So yes, they were competition, but the thing was we had similar items, not identical items. One lady did all of her things in acrylic yarn. Another lady did all of hers in chunky yarn, so the chunky chenille yarn.
and I do regular chenille yarn. So there were a little bit differences there, but I think also not having too many items out is really key to not overloading your customers. And then I had 3 or 4 people, come into my booth, look around and said, hey, we're gonna come back. And they ended up coming back. They walked the whole thing and they said, you know what? We like the feel of your booth. We like your products much better than the other crocheters. And that made me feel really good, because there was a handful that came back and said, we really like the aesthetic of your booth better than the other crocheters. I'm not saying, hey, look at me. Just be aware of how you're displaying. Make it so that, it still speaks to you. That's important, because you've got to love what you're making. The cool thing about the situation is that I ended up making more than double what I made the last time at this market when it rained. So I made $362. That was really cool. Again, Venmo was very popular and there was a lot of cash items. So if you're thinking about using Venmo, I would recommend using Venmo. And then I used my Square, which freaked out at one point, and I was able to use Venmo. So thank goodness Venmo was available. And that money was beyond what my fee was for the booth. So I paid $25, so 10 foot by 10 foot booth. So that was pretty good. Would I do it again? Give me a couple weeks, because when I get hot, I get a little cranky. So the next few weeks should be fine, except I'm going to be doing this other market, which I will be sharing here in a few weeks with you how it went, because it's a 6-foot table market. Happy crocheting!